In 1980s Spain, fear had a name. She was young, intelligent, beautiful, but deadly. Her actions shook a nation. Idoia López Riaño, known to the press as La Tigresa, was linked to 23 killings. Her life became legend, a story of recruitment, missions, fear, and myth. This is the story of the Tigress, the woman who walked between shadow and legend. Idoia López Riaño was born in San Sebastian, the capital of Spain's Basque Country, a region with its own language, culture, and fiercely independent identity. But the 1970s and 1980s were turbulent times. The Basque separatist group ETA, which began as a political resistance organization, had grown into a secretive and violent network. Bombings, ambushes, targeted assassinations, fear everywhere. Young people were surrounded by ideology, propaganda, and social pressure. For some, joining ETA was about identity and loyalty. For others, it was a path into darkness. Idoia, like many others, was swept into this world. To understand the story of the Tigress, we first need to understand ETA. ETA, or Euskadi Ta Askatasuna, was a Basque separatist group founded in 1959. Their goal was Basque independence from Spain, a region with its own language, culture, and strong sense of identity. What started as political activism soon escalated into violence. Over the decades, ETA carried out bombings, assassinations, and kidnappings, targeting government officials, police officers, and symbols of the Spanish state. Their operations were highly secretive and well coordinated, making the group one of Europe's most notorious militant organizations. By the 1980s, ETA had created a climate of fear across Spain, and young people like Idoia López Riaño were drawn into this dangerous world, walking a line between ideology and violence. Idoia's path into ETA wasn't only shaped by ideology, it was also personal. During her late teens, she became romantically involved with a member of ETA. This relationship exposed her to the inner workings of the group and its operations. Through him, she began attending meetings, running errands, and performing small tasks for the organization. Over time, she proved her loyalty, intelligence, and discretion, gaining the trust of other members. Her personal connection became a bridge into ETA's operational network, eventually allowing her to take on surveillance, coordination, and mission support roles. It was through this combination of ideology, social influence, and personal ties that Idoia López Riaño became one of ETA's most trusted female operatives, the woman the media would later call La Tigresa. Before she fully joined ETA, there was a moment that would shape Idoia's future. When asked what she wanted to be when she grew up, she gave an innocent answer, like any teenager. But the group she was getting close to had a different vision. Through careful indoctrination, they gradually exposed her to the reality of their operations, showing her that killing and violence were just part of the work, necessary, unemotional, and normal in their world. The goal was chilling but simple: to desensitize her, to harden her heart, and to prepare her to become one of ETA's most effective operatives. Idoia's natural intelligence and adaptability made her a perfect candidate for this transformation. Over time, she adopted the mindset of the organization, walking the line between ideology, loyalty, and lethal efficiency. This was how the young, idealistic girl became La Tigresa, a name that would later terrify Spain. Once fully recruited, Idoia López Riaño underwent intense training to prepare her for life as an operative. ETA taught her skills that went beyond ideology, learning how to blend in, extract information, and manipulate situations to help the group. Using charm and social skills to get close to targets and acquire sensitive information. learning to handle firearms and explosives, and how to defend herself. Techniques to fight and defend herself without weapons, essential for close encounters. The training was designed not only to make her efficient in operations, but also to harden her emotionally. She was taught that loyalty to ETA meant detachment from fear, hesitation, or morality, transforming her into one of the most effective female operatives in Europe. This combination of psychological conditioning and practical skills prepared Idoia to execute complex missions while remaining undetected. The very qualities that made the media dub her La Tigresa. After training, Idoia was assigned to work with her fiancé in Oka, an elite ETA operational cell. Oka was responsible for high-risk missions requiring coordination, intelligence, and discretion. Working alongside her fiancé gave Idoia both guidance and trust, allowing her to apply her training in the real world. Her tasks included planning routes, observing targets, and preparing for operations against enemies like GAL, the shadowy paramilitary group targeting ETA members. This was where the young operative began earning her fearsome reputation as La Tigresa. By late 1983, Idoia López Riaño was no longer just a recruit. She had been trained, tested, and closely watched by ETA's inner circle. But there was still one question left. Was she truly ready to kill? That answer came on November 16, 1983, when the Oka cell was assigned to eliminate a French businessman named Joseph, a man they believed was helping GAL, the anti-ETA network, hunting their members. To the group, this mission was more than just an assassination. It was a test, and Idoia was the one being tested. As the team prepared, the older members reportedly acted as if they had no vehicle for the operation. It was a deliberate move to see how she would react under pressure. Without hesitation, Idoia got up, disappeared for a few minutes, and returned with a vehicle. In that moment, she proved she was resourceful, quick, and ready for the field. But the real test was still ahead. The group decided that Idoia's hand would be the one to end Joseph's life, not because she was the most experienced, but because they wanted to complete her transformation. For ETA, the first killing was a point of no return. When the moment came, the team moved in, tracked Joseph, and struck fast. The attack was sudden, controlled, and over in seconds. And in the middle of that chaos, Idoia did what the group had prepared her to do. She stayed calm. She didn't panic. She didn't break. After the mission, the team disappeared before authorities could react, leaving behind confusion and fear. For the Oka cell, this mission was not just about Joseph. It was about proving that Idoia could cross the line and come back without hesitation. That was the moment she stopped being just a recruit. After that first mission, everything changed. What had started as a test quickly became a pattern. Idoia was no longer just supporting operations. She was now deeply involved in ETA's most dangerous missions. Over the years, her name became linked to multiple attacks, especially against Spanish security forces and figures the group considered enemies. Each operation pushed her deeper into the world of violence, secrecy, and fear, building the ruthless reputation that would later make headlines across Spain. To some inside ETA, she was a loyal and effective operative. To the public, she was becoming something far more terrifying, a symbol of how far ideology could transform a person. And with every mission that followed, the legend of La Tigresa only grew darker. Idoia López Riaño was linked to 23 killings, but she did not always execute attacks personally. Spanish newspapers couldn't resist her story. Young, attractive, intelligent, deadly La Tigresa became a household name. As the Spanish government intensified its fight against ETA, many operatives fled across the border into France. Idoia López Riaño became one of Spain's most wanted fugitives. For years, she changed identities, moved between safe houses, and stayed ahead of investigators. The French authorities monitored ETA networks, but catching her proved difficult. Finally, in 1994, she was arrested in France, ending her years on the run. Back in Spain, Idoia faced trial for her involvement in ETA operations. She was convicted for her role in 23 killings, primarily targeting Spanish security forces. The media continued to portray her as glamorous, cunning, and dangerous. Her nickname, La Tigresa, cemented her infamy. During her time in prison, she distanced herself from ETA, expressed regret, and publicly apologized to victims. Her story became both a criminal case and a reflection on ideology, media, and myth.